Well, hello, and welcome back to a special edition of Idle Kingdom Defense. So today, 24,030, and of course, and don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and you know it, I know it, everybody knows it, make sure you ring that bell. So here we are. Now, I don't know that we're close to one-shotting. Oh, we are close to one-shotting. Maybe. That's going to be hard to say definitively because you notice that Luke wasn't on the first. But I think we're getting very close to one-shotting. We're probably at 80%. And once we start one-shotting, we are really going to accelerate everything. This also means Marion's likely to start killing stuff off, too, like really easily. So she should be hopping all over the place with her attacks. We should not be seeing her attack the same place twice. Not with these monsters. So this is great to see that we're almost done. Finally, after all that waiting, we're almost done. Okay, that is Ruins 9. So we will sweep, and let's try Ruins 12. And here we go. Oh, shoot, I forgot to look at damage. Hold on, let's go look at damage first. Would you really be surprised if Marion did 99% of the damage, Christian did 1%, and nobody else did anything of I think Sophia moved up the charts a bit. I think because we started working on her runes or something, but we'll see if she actually climbs higher. But still, it doesn't matter how high she is, 0% is still 0%. It's just nice to see her trying her best. That's right, Sophia, try your best. While Marion's over here doing quadrillions of damage, you're doing 300 billion. And here comes the boss. Well, we kind of clumped everything up together in an odd spot. Yep, Marion just hopping around, killing stuff. It is really interesting now that she gets to the point where she doesn't get, like, stuck in an area. You can see that she kind of, like, okay, I use my special, I finish off what's over there, I use my special, I finish off what's over there and hop around a bit more. Sometimes just because of the probability, it seems like she uses it in the same spot. And then we're gonna do 13. Oh, I did it again, didn't I? I did it again. So Marion's finally getting to the point where I want her to be. Yeah, that was really slow. I lost my cursor. So 98% versus 2%. So still putting up those big numbers. And hopefully they'll get even bigger. And of course, this is the one with the cannons, and I like the cannons because they all line up. But you actually see that her attack, she's not one-shotting cannons. She's not two-shotting cannons. When she starts one-shotting cannons, it'll be like a miracle. I don't think we'll actually see her one-shot cannons. I don't think we will. Not in this lifetime. Maybe Vincent will. That's going to be interesting when we do the juxtaposition of her and Vincent. I mean, but this is the reality. You need to have... If you have enough RAM, you need about 2 million defense. Because once you have... If the length of the battle is not an issue, you need to get about... Well, you need to probably try at 1.5 million on your artifacts for Sophia. But realistically, you could go to 1 million. I mean, 2 million. But you'd probably try at 1.5. I think the guy did it at like 1.7 or something like that. I'm just going for overkill because I'd much rather have it so that, I'm not dependent on any luck or positioning the monsters a certain way. It's just they can all beat on the castle and she just has them as defense. It doesn't matter. I mean, at that point, the castle should have like 500k defense. Which, plus 500k to its amazing defense already, which is 2,300. And I'm also assuming at that point we will have plenty of health on the castle. Like I said, we need 23 million to get Vincent maxed out, and then once Vincent's maxed out, then we will be looking at getting to 25 million, and then probably start leveling Daniel again, and go back to kind of like normal. The only reason I want to max Vincent out once we get to 23 million is because 23 million should be enough to accomplish all of our goals, but then we also need to have Vincent maxed out to accomplish goals. So that's kind of where it kind of becomes it becomes contentious, Because I don't want us to, there's actually somebody on the Discord, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with playing this way, but he's a Thor player, and his Thor's not 20k. And I mean, he has other goals that he's working towards. He wants to be the first player with, I think, 1 trillion, which is a noble goal. But I couldn't do it with knowing that I'm a warrior main and not have my warrior maxed out. I actually take that back. I couldn't do it without knowing I have my warrior maxed out. And I have Sophia maxed out. Because you need to have your max DPS. And you also want to have the maximum amount of defense you can get for free. And I know Sophia doesn't get much from each levels, but here's what I've tried to explain. Is that even if it's a small amount, her level does, the resources to level her, which is gold and soulstones, really doesn't compete with anything. You could argue that, well, what about those castle levels? I don't think that it's, because she does get health, I don't think that leveling the castle is going to be that much better, to be honest with you. Maybe somebody will sit down and do a lot of math and say, well, actually Zerdin, then leveling up the castle does give her more EHP. Okay, I'll concede. If somebody does that math, I will concede that point. And it might be better to spend the gold on the castle. I don't know. But then the question is, how high do you take Sophia? You'd want to take her up to at least 16,000, give or take. 15 to 16. But to me, there's no reason not to max Sophia out. Not to max Marion out. I maxed Christian out because he was my original DPS, etc. I was really hoping Christian with his AoE basic attacks would do better. Now, we will actually be trying Christian, but I want to get the artifacts either much stronger or honestly, at this point, I want to wait until we're just working on Vincent. When we're working on Vincent, then we can do like a cross compare, and it'll be very fair because nobody's going to be stronger than the other. They're going to be even, Steven. Here we can just swap them and see how it works out. Now, a lot of how good Christian will be versus Marion is going to 100% be determined by how strong the artifacts are. And so what do I mean by that? The stronger the artifacts are, if Christian can one-shot with the artifacts with his special, then Christian's probably going to win, I would say. Maybe, maybe not. It also depends on how strong the artifacts make Christian's basic attack. But realistically, with these levels of health, and even with our artifacts this strong, I don't foresee us going past maybe 3,500. So at 3,500, I don't see Christian surpassing. I just don't. Not to. I mean, let me rephrase that. I don't see Christian's basic I do not see Christian's basic attack one-shotting, even if we go that far. So here we go. This is actually a longer one today. We're in the last stage. I was on the fence if we need to do that one, but I was like, we'll just do it. And I forgot to check damage, so we'll go back and check damage. But Oh, imagine that. Marion did 97%. At least Christian kind of hung out there for a while. We actually have seen Marion actually do 100% of the damage. And by that, it means she did so much damage compared to everybody else that nobody else even registered as 1%. So that's kind of impressive. I think that means everybody would have to do, like, on a stage like this, less than 600 billion. I think. It was 600? No, 600 trillion. Give or take. No, 60 trillion, excuse me. I'm not fighting monsters that have 60 quadrillion. No, 6.6 quadrillion. So 1% of that is about 66 trillion. It was just where, like, Christian was, like, targeting the wrong thing, and Marion was right on top. So that was nice. Nice to see Marion succeed. It's not going to be this one. I think it's going to get a little bit sloppier until she starts one-shotting. Just because she'll be able to move around. And let's look. Yeah, 95%. That was very sloppy in Marion. And 5% for Christian. So you can see, yeah, you got to be less than about 60 trillion for Marion to get 100%. And even Vincent only is doing like 7 trill. But he doesn't have artifacts. And let's take a look here. Now the crazy thing is I think we're getting close to actually maxing out the King's Ruin counter. Because we are actually at I think that was 913. So that's nuts. So 3 months. We have 3 months left to King's Ruin, and we probably will have maxed this out. Unless they went to just an obscene number like 10,000, which would be hilarious if they did. I would be all for that. But that said, once again, as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. And if you have any questions, feel free to say something in the comments. I do always look forward to your questions. And as always, thank you again, and I hope you have a great day.